Oh no, I did the wrong thing.
I
Hi, is anyone watching?
was like,
Hi everyone! Welcome back to Dancers Doing Stuff. This is the 10th episode, which is kind of crazy. It feels like that's a big number, double digits. That was like a big thing in elementary school. So today I have the Liddy Queen herself, Christine, here. I'm so excited for this interview. As you know, I like to bring on people who inspire me, and she is like one of the best dancers I know, plus like such a nice human, plus she has a really great balance of dance and being a real human. She balances the contemporary dance world and the concert world really well with the commercial side of dance, and really shows that you can do both and you don't have to just limit yourself to one style. And she's hilarious and creative, and she took like 400 classes online during quarantine, which is wild, but then also had a life and like did other cool things. So as you know, I like to share videos. I'm actually using a new version of this software, so I honestly don't know if this is going to work. So we're just going to see if this works. I love to just hype up my guests and show how awesome they are at dancing. So fingers crossed, I'm about to show you how great of a dancer Christine is. Yay, that was so good. Okay, let me see if I can bring her on. Let's hope that this works. Give a big round of applause. Yay! I did it. You're here.
Hi, Haley.
Hi. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, that dance reel is like so beautiful. I'm obsessed with that.
Shout out to Jaina for making me look good. I was like, oh, the reel.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Let me get rid of this random name thing that was just showing up on my thing, because I don't need to have my name 400 times. So, welcome. Today is a special day because I am not teaching the craft today. You are teaching the craft. Special request from myself because I saw you doing this over quarantine and I was obsessed with it, but too scared to try by myself. So, do you want to tell the audience what we're making today?
Yes. So, today we are embroidering some leaves. And
beautiful.
This is what I did during quarantine. I did 14 different leaves because I had to quarantine for 14 days. And today we're going to be making this one.
Ooh. Oh, and I have some red string. Perfect.
Cute. Today I'm going to be doing it in green. But yes, and like this, I was inspired by like Canadian maple leaf, and like red's my favorite color. So we're going to be embroidering today.
I love it.
So what you need is your hoop and fabric. And I've basically already put mine into the hoop. I'm using the jean shorts.
I have so much fabric. Once we finish, I could actually make this into a ghost costume if anyone needs a Halloween costume. If Halloween is even happening, and
right.
What are holidays? What is time? Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to even put this into the hoop. Oh, yeah. Did I break it?
Basically, you take the inner hoop and put it underneath the fabric.
Okay.
Yep. And then take the bigger hoop and like fit it on top. And you're going to want to pull the fabric a little tight so that it's like taut and like snug in the hoop.
Ooh. I
Yeah,
feel like
and then
I'm
you
making a drum.
yeah, it's basically the same thing. And you basically just tighten it with the little screw on top to the right, just so
Ooh.
it stays in there.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yes, this is literally what I was telling myself.
Okay, I think it's snug.
Where it's snug, good, good, good. And then you were going to take your needle and thread. And this is okay. I already did it because I knew this would take me 5 years.
You were prepared. You were prepped. Is there, so I have like 45 different size needles. Is there a preferred size, a recommended size?
I wouldn't. Don't take the longest one for sure. I think maybe like a medium length.
Okay.
Yeah. And then basically just thread the needle, and I would take a fair. I always like having a large amount of string instead of too short, just because I hate threading the needle.
I feel that.
It's my big, like least favorite part, especially because I just got nails, like long nails. So
I'm
like,
obsessed with them. I keep commenting on them every time you post.
Yeah.
Is it the gel extension nail?
It's acrylic, and it was my first time ever getting them, and I was like, oh, but now I feel like I can't touch things.
Yeah.
Like
They're
Spider-Man.
nice though. They're not too long. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like they get too crazy.
Right. Yeah, I have like basically an like the wingspan of my arm's length.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
you may not need that much, but I really hate threading.
I feel that.
And then after you thread it, you are just going to double knot the end.
Do you bring it like all the way down both ends?
No. So because the embroidery thread is thicker, it just needs to be like one.
Aha. So you just have
And
like
then
a little tail.
Yeah, I have like this much of a tail
Cool.
wrapped in there.
I'm so excited about this. I really am.
Yes. I know, I'm a little rusty because honestly, when I came back to New York, it was hard for me to keep up with embroidering just because of my schedule.
Yeah.
But I miss it. It really calms me down. It was,
I know
especially
that's why I love doing like crafty things, just because it's still creative, but then you don't have to be sweating or
right, and it's like
moving.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's just like calm, and then I feel productive at the same time though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna triple knot this.
Okay.
So at the end, then you just literally just make a knot.
Okay, perfect.
And then try to make the knot around the same knot to make it thicker. I'm going to cut off the excess because it's too much. Too much.
Perfect. Okay, I think I have it ready.
Good. And then, this is actually, I think, the hardest part of it is drawing the framework of the leaf. Because I'm not the greatest drawer. So when drawing it, I was like, oh, it's a little wonky. But basically, so the leaf today, what you're going to aim for is, it's like, let me draw it first.
Okay.
And then copy.
Is that like a Muji pen?
Yes.
I love those pens. I love all gel pens. I'm like a big pen person. Stationery, all of that.
It's like a 3-stemmed leaf.
What kind? Do you know what this leaf is called in real life?
I think it's actually an oak leaf tree. An oak leaf. Okay, wait, can you see that?
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's kind of like a Christmas tree, but round.
Right, it's like rounded edges.
Okay, I'm going to try.
I do 3. You can do obviously as many as you like, but it's nice and a little bit of symmetry. Yeah.
Ooh, mine is looking weird.
No worries.
Wow. I also only did 2, and I thought I was doing 3. Did I do? Is that 3? How many did I do?
That's good though. That's good. And then you just want to draw a line in the middle.
Mine looks crazy. I'm going to practice this and redeem myself. I promise. I really like homework, so.
No, it's good. It's good. And like the best thing about embroidery is like, honestly, the string kind of covers it up anyway. So like you can finagle it so that the like stitch work.
Like, what is happening here? Maybe like an animal took a bite out of this part.
I like it. It's kind of like a maple leaf, actually.
Yeah, I was really trying to honor your Canadian heritage. Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, Christine is originally from Canada.
From Toronto, Ontario.
Nice.
That. Okay, and then, so you're all set, Haley?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm scared, but I'm ready.
No, you're gonna be great. So, okay, so the first thing, you're gonna go under, and where you drew the top of the stem, where you draw the top of the stem, you're going to go out at the top. So, I don't know if you can see it, but it's up like, yeah.
I think I'm there.
Yes, perfect. And then you're going to hold a bit of the string upwards, and then the second you're going to go in close enough to the same hole that you just poked, and then go out at the top leaf, and then pull.
Okay.
So that it makes a loop.
Oh, I did it wrong. I got too excited. I'm definitely more visual learner, so I was like, I'm just gonna take the words and go with it. But now I understand. Go to the top of the leaf.
Right, and then the excess string, you're gonna pull it around the needle, and then pull out, so that it creates like a little loop.
Like an oblong circle.
Yeah.
What's that word called? An oval. Yes. See, I've realized over quarantine, I have lost a lot of my verbal skills.
I feel you. Now, like speaking, I'm always just like, sorry. Just follow my accent.
I'm honestly still a little confused, but I just made a line, which is wrong. I'm gonna undo that.
Yes, start from the top. So you go in at the point of the stem, and you hold a bit of excess string, and then go back in at the same, like close to the same point as the first one, and pull out at the top of the leaf. If that makes sense. And then wrap the string around it.
Okay, I'm starting over.
No worries. I wish, that also this was more like.
I know it's hard because it's like so small. Okay, I'm getting closer because this couch is new and the mattress keeps sliding. It's like a futon, like pull-out mattress, so it keeps like sliding off the bed. So okay, I'm getting real up close and personal. Up and personal. Okay, so I went through.
Right. Can you see like? So if I pull it apart, it's like a loop.
Okay, I'm starting, pretend this is the beginning. Coming through the top of the stem.
Perfect. And then hold a bit, like with your other hand. Like your hand that's not holding the needle. Like hold it.
Okay.
So that you can come and then go back in. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Is it like through the middle of the string?
No, you can do just like a millimeter over.
Okay.
Yep. And then poke out at the top of the leaf.
Towards the back?
Yeah, like in and out.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and then wrap. Yeah. And then basically you loop your thread around so that it makes a hole. Yes. Keep pulling.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing it. I did it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to give myself some applause because that was rough. Oh. Wow. All right. I'm
Cool.
mentally here now. Okay.
Perfect. And then to secure that loop, you just like put another hole over, I'm sorry, like over the string that you looped so that it like secures it down.
And you go like split the string?
No, just over it. So it creates like a little like hook.
I see. Ooh, okay.
And then basically that's it. Like you just keep doing this.
I did it.
Yay! Yes!
Oh my god, okay. I understand now. And you just keep going from the stem out and around all the way.
Yes. And basically, instead of doing one side and then the other side, you're going to do like right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah.
This is making sense mentally now. Wow, it took me a little bit, but
That's
I
the easiest thing about the leaves.
I think
like,
I got it.
So always start at the stem, and this time when you start your second one, you're going to want to start like pretty close. Like at the top, it's going to be close, and then you'll slowly go down the stem so that they don't get like bunched up. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm really focusing. I love embroidery. I really want to get more into it.
Yes.
Well, okay, let me see. Yes, I did it. Okay. I feel confident in this now. I can start asking you about yourself. The point of why you're here. I mean, this was all just secretly a trick for you to hang out and teach me how to embroider. So, I mean, one of the first things we hinted at the fact that you are from Canada. I would love to hear just a little bit about like how you started dancing, where you grew up, that kind of story.
So I grew up in Toronto, Ontario, and I started dance at age 7, I believe. Pretty late in comparison to like my sister who started when she was 3. And I was like, I wanted to be a pro golfer when I was little. Obviously, I only knew about mini putt. And was like, yeah, that's
I could see you as a professional mini golfer.
Right? I was like, this is my calling. But and basically got involved because I kept seeing my sister dance. And my mom was like, are you sure you don't want to try it? And I was like, sure. So started at 7, went to a studio, Jean Boutillier Academy of Dance in Etobicoke.
Ooh, that sounds very fancy.
Yeah, we were known as the ballet studio growing up.
Nice.
It was like technique. Did the whole competition scene, you know, like conventions and like all that good stuff, which was fun. But I think I took or like take it for granted how much it gave me versatility growing up. Like I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense now why I like so many styles. But and then after I graduated high school, I was like, I at the time thought that like the only thing I could do was like, you know, backup dancing because I only knew commercial stuff. And I was like, well, what am I going to do now? But then luckily a friend of mine went to school in Miami for concert dance. And I was like, oh, word. So I'm glad my mom actually pushed me to continue and like get a BFA in dance. Otherwise I would have been like kind of, I feel like a one-trick pony. And then I kept going with that.
Where did you end up going to college?
New World School of the Arts in Miami, Florida.
Cool. How was Florida like and the dance world there?
It's quite interesting. Oh, sorry. I have a knot.
I know, I'm like super focused on this leaf.
I'm like, no. Sorry, what was your question?
What was the dance scene like in Miami, especially in college? That must have been a fun place to go to college, especially coming from Canada.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a fun place to go to college. But I think the dancing was a little hard there. I think it's like its own little bubble. And I wish that there were more opportunity there for at least concert dance. I think right now there's a huge commercial scene,
Mm.
but I just didn't, I wasn't interested in that back then. And so I was like, there's not much like concert dance for me. And like I went to school specifically for modern and ballet. And so I was
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know, it was like, it was hard.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went to my school. I went to Smith, and it was very like academic and modern based.
Mm.
We didn't really have any like we had some like jazz classes and stuff, but it wasn't required if you were a major or anything like that. It was kind of like concert dance or bust kind of situation, you know?
Right, right.
And that was just kind of like what I grew up. You know, obviously I did the same thing too with like taking all different styles and doing that, but I think I'd thought like, oh yeah, like I'm going to be eventually like my goal was to be in like Cedar Lake or something like that.
Yeah,
Like that was the goal.
right. 100%. I mean, we, had dance history and I was learning, and like, but that's why I think I was grateful at the time for coming from a competition background, especially because I wasn't then like burnt out and I was so hungry to learn more about the concert dance world. So I was like, my first modern class was the audition for New World. And I was like,
Wow.
what is this? I was like, it's kind of like jazz. like, in my
Right.
head, I was like, okay, it's like there's like dynamics, but I was just so confused. But I really appreciated it, and like I think it was a bonus because I wasn't one of those kids that kind of thought like, oh well, I know all this already. I was like, whoa, like what a new world, and I think that's what has made me like constantly be appreciating like when I can be a student.
Mm.
I'm hungry to learn more.
So then, did you move to New York right after you finished college?
Yeah, I I graduated in 2015 and then did the classic like, well, gotta move to New York because
Yeah.
that's where all the dreams are made. Yeah, I moved with like a roommate or a friend of mine from college, and we did the whole thing. And I lucked out because I I don't know, I kind of had a lot of luck. Not luck, I would say, but just things kind of fell into place when I moved. Like I knew some people that went to New World,
Mm.
luckily, um, and then they kind of got me an internship with Pam Tanowitz Dance, who I'm with right now, and then it kind of stemmed from there. Like I started as like a little intern and then worked my way up.
Nice. I think a lot of people don't realize that in the concert dance world, it is very similar to like a regular job in the way where like you intern or you apprentice and then you kind of eventually hopefully get into the actual company. And you know, it's funny how I think so many people don't realize that like there's so many similarities in the dance world as in like regular jobs, like
Exactly.
networking and that all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I think especially with like our generation, no one really wants to like work for it in a way. Like no one wants to like invest in a company, work their way up, like kind of like a 9 to 5 job like you know what I mean? Like there's like there's rarely that opportunity, but I think because they kind of tell us in college like don't take any internships, don't take apprenticeships. They're like it's not worth it because you kind of like it's like you're getting taken advantage of. But
Right.
I don't know. I just trusted it with my gut. And also, even though sometimes I think this is a bad habit, I rarely say no to anything. So it's opened up a lot of opportunity. And I think, especially when you first move to New York, like that has to be like your go-to. Like you can't just be like, no, that's not for me. I was like, sure, that's
Right.
great. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
But
So when did you start kind of getting into the New York commercial scene?
I
You
laugh because
know.
I feel like honestly feel like I'm not part of the commercial scene as much as I would like to be yet.
Right.
Like I'm not signed, and
Which is
that's
crazy to me. I was trying to think about this before. I was like, is she
every person I told
signed?
that, they're like, no, like that. It's odd that I'm not because of what the work that I do,
Yeah.
but
So
I'm really hoping that I will get.
you've kind of really become a master of creating your own opportunities and being your own agent, and like it's so cool and that's so inspiring, especially for those of us who don't have agents. And like sometimes you can get into the headspace of feeling like, oh my god, I don't have an agent, I'm never going to be able to do the things I want to do. And it's so hard to get an agent, especially in New York, because their rosters are so small and there's so many dancers. So like you really
Yep.
have to be either like so talented or like fit a very specific look
Look.
box that they're trying to get. And it's like,
Oh yes, I've had
yeah,
many conversations with people about like the look and like
uh,
what it is, and I definitely feel I could be wrong, maybe just because of like the experiences I've had, but I think it is hard being an Asian dancer because sometimes I feel like I'm not mixed enough, or sometimes I feel like I'm actually not like Asian enough. Like I don't look like Chinese enough because I'm mixed, so I feel like I don't look like a certain way that they want me to, and it's very frustrating. And
that,
I've
which is,
like
yeah,
different
that's so
hairstyles,
crazy. It's so crazy because it really should just be about the
talent.
talent at the end of the day. And
Right.
you have plenty of that. And you've proven that because you book jobs on your own. I was wondering if you could just like share a few of the cool jobs and performances that you've done, because you've done some
Yeah,
really cool stuff being
I've
here.
been fortunate enough to. So I'm full time with Pam Tanowitz Dance, which is like a modern contemporary dance company or product based dance company. And I've also done like on the commercial side of things, like the Hoser music video 2 years ago now. That was time flies.
Yeah, how was that? That is like, I mean, that has been such a powerful. You couldn't have even known like how that was gonna
Right,
share that story with people, because it just brings
for
me
sure.
chills, the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, and again, luckily, I got the opportunity because my friend from college literally was like, "Hey, my friend is looking for people in New York for this like Hozier music video. Are you available?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, this is like I got the text like flying back from Toronto. I'm on the plane, and I was like, whoa." I was like, "Okay." And then luckily, like that day, I got on the phone with my friend Mia, the casting director, and she was like, "Okay, great. Like the director's super interested with you. We'll probably rehearse like in 5 days, like for one day, um, and then we'll film the next day." I was like, "Wow, okay, great." Little did I know, and she's like, "And my friend Cam's gonna be the other dancer. Like, it's gonna be super fun. Like, he's awesome." I was like, "Okay, awesome. Like, sounds great." And so I, I didn't know that it would be with um, Cameron Boyce, who, rest in peace. He's like the best person in the entire world. But I show up and I
Oh,
was
I have
like,
chills. That's like, I would be so like,
I didn't
okay,
know it
hi.
was who he like. I didn't know it was really him until like after we're rehearsing. Literally, like I felt like one of those people like where people are like, "Oh no," but you had to know like who he is, and I really didn't like because
Right.
I that wasn't. I really didn't know,
Yeah, it was
and
kind of a little like after our time. Like I only know him from
yeah,
like babysitting and like watching those kind of
exactly,
shows and like, you know,
exactly. It's definitely after our time, and I
yeah.
was like, "Whoa," because yeah, then it was only after we had rehearsed where I like creeped him obviously on Instagram, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
you're like super
got it,
famous.
got it." Yeah, it's like got it. I'm just a very small pea in this world. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like, but and that's like the best part is that he is just or he was like just such a kind soul, and I was really grateful to like be involved in that process at all with him, and like choreograph with him. And, you know, I didn't obviously expect like him to pass so suddenly after,
Yeah.
but I'm really grateful that I got that opportunity and like could be one of the few people that experienced that, which is incredible. But so yeah, so the poetry music video was definitely one of the most commercial things I've done, especially, and it got me like a weird Instagram fame, but not like really at all. It's just like
Yeah, you
I
really blew up on Instagram after that, which was
yeah,
like
I was
so
like
deserving because
it
now
was
people
really
can like
odd.
see you.
It was very odd, and I feel like I've struggled with because my biggest fear in life is to plateau. Like I
Mm,
never ever want to stop growing, stop like pursuing like the next or bigger opportunity for myself. But and after that, I was like, oh God, am I gonna be like a one hit wonder? Like I'm the girl from Hose Resist video. You know, like I was like, oh God. But I just I don't know. It has and then I really took the opportunity. I'm trying to use my social media presence for like just positivity and like inspiration to those that just like need it. Especially like I was grateful that like it it opened my or opened doors to like younger following
yeah.
because then they were like, I like want to be a dancer, and I was like, oh my God, like I was like, great, but I just yeah, that was like my biggest fear with that social media presence. I was like, ugh, I don't want to plateau. I don't want to like be stuck at this point in my life. So that's definitely been a struggle, but you know, taking everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I think it's just a start. You're going to do a bunch of stuff, especially because I think you have your head in a really good place and you have really good intentions with everything you do. Whereas, like, some people, it's like, you know, the numbers are all about fame and getting, like, free stuff. And, like,
Yeah.
it's like, that's awesome if you can get free stuff, but it's clear that you obviously also really want to make an impact on the world. So I think you're doing a really great job with that so far.
Thank
So
you.
this is what my leaf is looking like. It's not so horrible, but
It's
it's
good.
also not good.
No, I think it's good.
What
I
does
can't.
yours look like?
The
I know it's hard to
detail.
see. Oh, yours is looking really good. See, mine, I think I did it too short, so there's not a lot of like loopy space. Yeah, there's not a
I
good.
felt that too. I was like realizing I'm trying to like think of what I did on my first one, but I don't know what I did differently. I think it's honestly the space of like where you put your second hole.
Mm,
So like
that
right
makes
before you
sense.
leave it, like kind of bring it out. And it makes a difference of where you put the angle of the loop. So like try to make it like
Yeah, I think I'm doing my loops too close, maybe. But
yes.
I think it's not bad for my first time. But I
Yeah.
think that this is a perfect transition to our
Yeah.
first game. Let's
Woo!
see if this will work. Let me see. Ooh.
That's my favorite sound effect.
So it's time for Would You Rather. And
Okay.
this is a really fun time. We'll put our embroidery to the side.
Yeah.
And if anyone is watching on YouTube, you can tell us what you would rather do. And I can share your comment on the screen for everyone to see. So definitely interact with us. And also subscribe and like this video, please, because I want to get 1,000 subscribers and I only have 135. So I've got a long way to go.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
So I recently just shuffled these up because I'd been picking a lot of the same ones. So I tried to put the ones that have happened at the bottom. So here we go.
Okay.
And I say this all the time, but I love doing Would You Rather because such a big part of this show is like getting to know dancers as people and who they are. And I feel like the way that you respond to Would You Rather is like a really quick way to see how your brain works.
Oh yeah.
some of these are weird. None of them are like really too bad because it's like a pre-made game. So it's not going to be like, would you rather do something scandalous, you know. Okay. Would you rather never eat chocolate or candy ever again or have slugs for fingers?
I think slugs for fingers for
I
sure.
think I'd have to have slugs for fingers too.
Like not have a huge sweet tooth, so I was like, no, I like need my chocolate and my
Yeah.
candy. Yeah.
I wonder if they're like live slugs and so they like move around on their own. I mean, honestly, that could be like a cool finger tutting situation.
Right? Like, it'd be like, cool, like textures. But I'm also picturing like in Harry Potter, you know, when he's like, eat slugs.
Yeah. And you're like, you could really like act that out. You'd be like, surprise slugs.
Surprise.
I wonder if you'd have to feed the slugs separately or if they'd just be part of you.
Right, like would they get nutrition from your food?
Yeah.
Or do you have to be like, oh, sorry, they have to eat
Yeah.
now?
Sorry, it's time for my slugs to eat.
And your hands are just in like bowls of crackers, like.
I'm sorry, don't mind me. Okay. Would you rather have your speech replaced with the singular word sausages? So basically all you can say is sausages, but in like different intonations, yeah. Or live on a planet dominated by apes. I think you're the only person, but you can speak words other than sausages.
Oh, I'm the only person? Oof.
But you could talk to them in as many words as you want.
Right, but I don't know if they would even understand my words. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Planet of the Apes where they're smart apes. Because then, like, okay, we would probably we would get somewhere. But I don't know if it's the only person. I think I'd say sausages. I think I'd just speak in sausages.
I think I would do that too.
But at least you have other senses.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like...
And, like, you could, like, dance your other stories.
Exactly.
And then we would just be like, sausages, sausages, sausages.
It's like Groot. Like, I'd be like,
yeah. Okay. Groot is very expressive. I love Groot. Okay. Yeah, sausages.
For sure.
Okay, last one.
Ooh, okay.
Would you rather be covered head to toe in a luminous green fur or feel an eternal unquenchable thirst?
Definitely fur. 100%.
Yeah.
First of all, I love being lavish, and I also love clothes. But, like, ooh, yes.
Maybe that would be the look that would get you an agent, you know? Like, we're just, like, really looking for someone green.
They'd be like, whoa! They'd be like, you're really... Wait, but also, could I, like, shave it? And then, like, it grows back?
I'm assuming you could dye it, like, hair. It's hair.
Right.
So you could maybe, I don't know. I don't think you could shave it because it's like fur.
I feel like it'd be one of, like, you try to shave and then like pops back up.
It's kind of like the Grinch, I think.
Right. No, definitely still that.
You could book the Grinch. Luminous. Yeah, it is luminous. So, yeah. Wow, you like answered those really quick. That was great. Yeah. Amazing.
Because I'm really indecisive. Because I'm a Pisces.
Me too.
I'm like, oh no. Like, I feel like decide, like, when the choices are already concrete for me, then I'm like, okay, I can kind of make it.
Yeah.
But if someone was to make up a would you rather, I'd be like,
oh, I can never make it up. That's why I literally have this pre-made game.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, no.
So I would just think about way too many options and possibilities and then get overwhelmed by how big the world is and how many
exactly
is happening to me right now.
That's our Pisces brain. We're like,
yeah. Literally. Amazing. Well, this is a perfect transition to talk about some of your passions outside of dance. So I know you have, everyone check out Liddy Bites. And honestly, your food photography is excellent. Those flat lays make me hungry every time.
I love the flat lay. I love a flat lay. Which basically I created, or like when I was making my food Instagram, they were like, well, you have to have like a brand. Like it has to be like, and I was like, oh, well, definitely flat lay. Like it'll all just be from overhead. Which is weirdly hard when it comes to like an ice cream cone or like things that are like layered. I'm like, oh,
right.
God.
How do you do that? That's hard.
They don't make it to the page. I'm like, well, that's just not it. But so I definitely love food. That is like, I think my number one hobby outside of dance, especially because I think people are always shocked that if you're a dancer, they're like, oh, well, you must eat like rice, or they're like, you must eat like granola bars. I'm like, no.
Right. Or like just like plain chicken and rice or like
Right.
salad. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm probably the worst eating habits for any dancer. It's like insane. I mean, I think it's because growing up, we would literally have McDonald's right before we go on stage. Like it was just like, sure. And
Well, I
I'm like,
saw you posted the other day. You did like an Instagram takeover for the performance that you had, and you had your Coca-Cola like right before your like pre-show tradition.
really so tradition Coca-Cola, and that day I also had donuts, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Amazing. I feel like I always have to have goldfish before I dance. That's like my backstage treat, I guess. I just love
I feel like
goldfish.
that's good because it's like carbs.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like that seems like normal. Coke, everyone's like that dehydrates you. I'm like, I know, but it's like a caffeine boost, and I'm like, great. And so obviously embroidering is like a new one or quarantine hobby. But and we my friends from the dance company, we started like a embroidery club. We haven't been on our game, but we're trying to get it started again. Like,
Okay. I support this. I'm very into this new passion. This is
definitely.
I'm going to learn. I'm going to practice and make you proud, I promise.
Yes, you can join our embroidery club.
I would
And
be
then
honored.
I feel like passions outside of dance. I think it's just mainly food. But well, although and like fashion, I love fashion, which is kind of hard on a dancer's budget. But
Yes, but you are very hashtag hype bay. Like you are always you have the fits. Like I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that phrase that I just said. Like you have fits. Like that seemed wrong coming out of my mouth. But
I love it.
I'm always looking at what you wear and I'm like I would look like an absolute psycho if I tried to pull off some of these outfits, but it works so well on you.
I definitely blame Chua because when I started dating him, he like he is a huge hype beast. Even though I feel like he's not a hype because he's very loyal to his brands like Supreme, Kith, Off White. But then it's like so that took it to like a new level because then I got into like the whole drop culture and I was like, oh, which is so stressful. I don't recommend it for anyone. Don't get involved.
It sounds crazy.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But,
Don't start. PSA.
yeah, but I feel like weirdly enough, I feel like this ties into being a Pisces because growing up, I always like felt like I had multiple personalities or like wanted to like portray different sides of me. Like some days I was like, oh, punk. Like the whole Avril Lavigne phase. I was like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that must have been really intense because it was wild here in America. So I can't imagine in Canada that must have been like
Oh yeah, everyone was like, yeah.
power,
Yeah.
out Avril Lavigne power.
Yes. And then or like preppy, like went through all the phases. But I think it also that makes sense why I like dancing because you get to like kind of act a different like person. And so with fashion, I'm always like that. I like portraying different sides of me. It's like I can be like really like classy one day and like streetwear the other day, but I love fashion, and I've tried to balance that within my like dance world.
Yeah, the event that you did, was it this past weekend? That was really cool that you were able to kind of combine fashion and dance. Like tell everyone about that because I will do a horrible job trying to explain what it was.
Oh yeah, it was so we did an event for Golden Goose. Me and my boyfriend Chua, we like were basically like hype people. Like I picture, you know, the like inflatable.
Yes, those little like car sales. What are they?
Yeah, we
Those
were
things.
basically just that. Like we are like, come into the store. Like it was super fun. It ended up being like really chill, and everyone was like really nice there, which was fun. But that's like I had to download TikTok for it because I didn't know how to work TikTok. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is the moment that I have to do this. Like I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
so, and I like messaged my friend Liv and was like, how do you do a dance? Like I was like, I'm gonna learn a dance on TikTok.
It is so hard. I'm terrified of TikTok.
Very
I can't
difficult.
handle it. It's so hard. It's
Also,
like how do they learn those dances like that?
I still don't understand. Also, most of the dances are like all arms, so I feel very uncoordinated. And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
And there's
There's
this
like
one. That's the new one. Like, I look like a grandmother. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, no, even like there's like this one, and
Oh
it was like
yeah.
I feel
It's
very.
very sexual too, and it like makes me very uncomfortable. I mostly the people I follow are the kids I teach, so
Mhm.
that makes me extra freaked out when I go on TikTok because they're like, and I'm
You're
like,
like, oh,
no,
no, please don't. You know, like, it's just a generational thing, I guess. I was late to the party, but it was super
Same.
fun this weekend, and like I was glad that we could finally do something like fashion wise. Like I worked New York Fashion Week before, and that was cool too. Like anything with fashion, I'm like, yeah, or like I'm like, get it sponsored, but so that we don't have to pay for clothes. But yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So
Amazing. I love that. Well, we have come to the time. Oh, I can do my other graphic. Woohoo. I know. I really, honestly, I'm very inspired by James and his soundboard. One day I hope to everyone watch Cash It. That's the new title of his show.
I didn't know it
Yeah.
changed.
I think he took out the scandalous word before the it. um, but yeah, so basically, I have these questions. I told you before, but I got them on the internet from mostly a website called Questions to Ask Your Dad. And
Yeah.
I've loosely organized them by color. So I'm just going to randomly pick one of each one. And hopefully they're new ones that I haven't asked on the show before. Some of them are really deep. Some of them are just kind of silly. If there's any that you feel uncomfortable with, we can always pass. But I say that and it's like scary, but it's really they're not bad.
Okay.
Okay. Pick a color, any color.
Orange, for sure.
Okay. What food will you absolutely not eat under any circumstances?
Oh, well, I think that's easy. Only because I'm allergic to nuts and peanut butter, or like peanuts.
Oh,
So
wow.
definitely a no.
Definitely no, because you will die. That's perfect. Mine is bananas. Like, I can't even be in a room with someone eating a banana. I'll start gagging. It's really bad. And then
Is
people
it the
eat them on the
texture?
train. Everything about it. I would die. I like used to pretend that I was allergic to them. I'm gonna
I mean, that's fine.
yeah,
That's
but
fine.
I'm not allergic to them. I just hate everything about it. Like I don't hate things in the world very much
Right.
except bananas. That's it. I hate like with fire. I don't know what happened to me when I was younger.
I can understand. Like, I think when I was little, I didn't like them because one, the flavor is really strong, but two, the texture. Like when I was little, I was like,
Oh, it freaks me out.
yeah, I was very confused. But now I can never finish a whole banana. I only eat half, and I like it in like banana bread and like other banana-y things,
I
but rarely
couldn't.
a whole banana.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Purple.
It's funny because the back of these are totally different colors than the front, so I have to like really
Oh.
work hard. Isn't surprise? New info. Never told anyone that before. Okay. Oh, this is nice. What is a dream you've never said out loud?
Oh.
Putting you on the spot. I think it could be about dance or just your life or your hopes and dreams for the future.
That's hard because I feel like that's hard only because I feel like I'm really vocal about my dreams because
That's
especially like
good.
I'm like manifest. I'm like it will happen, but
Maybe what's like your newest one that you've started, even if you've said it out loud, that's okay.
well, I feel like I definitely want to have a baby. I feel like I'm like my destiny is to like be a mom.
Oh,
Like weirdly, one of my like life not goals, but like I just know I'm supposed to be a mom. So I've definitely been having baby fever, like hardcore.
Oh my gosh. How does Chua feel about that?
He's like, what?
Surprise.
We always have this. We have this running joke. We'll like say something, and then we just be like, what? Like, and we just like, like I'll be like, oh, that might be like a cute idea for like a kid's room. He's like, what? I'm like, what? Like, it's like we never said it, but
I love it.
I feel like Chua like loves children as well, and he like would be a great dad. But like, he just yeah, I feel like I even if I was alone, I want to be a mom so bad.
Yeah.
Just like like setting up like Christmas gifts for like your little kids, like oh wait,
Oh my gosh, all the little cute clothes you would get the kid. Your kid is going to be the best dressed kid on the planet. You're going to have like the little shoes. Oh my gosh.
Well, no, it's gonna be a problem, which is harder because they grow out of clothes, and I'll be like, no, you have to wear this for your life.
Yeah.
No.
Like you better fit into these
Literally.
shoes. You wear them on your slug fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Okay, the blue. Or yeah.
Surprise, it's red. Okay, as a kid, were you ever scared of a monster under your bed or in the closet?
Oh, 100%.
I'm still
Like,
scared.
I'm still scared. After a scary movie, terrified. I watched The Ring in grade 4 and was scared the lady was going to come out of the closet every time. Or like
That's
be in the
who
closet.
people said my celebrity lookalike was. Not the actress, the actual Ring girl. That's what they said to me. People were mean to me.
God.
Because my hair is so long.
Okay, it's creepy because yes, your hair is really long, but that's still rude. I'm like, hello, no, no. But I definitely like still like when there's light on because I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
Oh yeah, as soon as I turn off the light to go to bed, like in the hallway, I run to my room and jump on the bed. Even I'm almost 30 and I do that. So
yeah, like, I need the window open, like the blinds, so that like some light gets in. I can't sleep in a cave. It freaks me out.
oh my god, I'm right there with you. Okay, last one. Surprise, it's not pink, it's yellow. If you could learn any language fluently, what would it be?
Ooh. Oh, I think Mandarin. Only because I'm or Tagalog, but because
You could
I'm,
have two.
because I'm Chinese and Filipino, and like I'm fluent in French because of like growing up, but that I definitely like want to go to the country and then like be able to like go around and explore without needing a tour guide or a translator. I can just say, oh, I know that, and then
Right.
so definitely Mandarin, well, or Cantonese, Chinese in general, and then or Tagalog. But yeah.
Wow, amazing. Okay, and our last question, what brings out your most creative self?
So I was thinking about this, and I think definitely after I watch a performance or honestly take class, because then I'm inspired by other people's movement. And I guess this is specific to dance, but I think when I watch a performance, I'm just inspired creatively in general. That's when I'm like, oh, I really want to like choreograph because I like seeing people's choices and then like making my own choices, especially like and like given a structure. And then I'm like, oh, like it's just perfect inspiration. I'm like, now I can take from that and like make my own thing. A teacher in college said like great artists steal the like properly. It's like stealing little bits from each person. And so after a performance is generally when I've always wanted to make a new piece. I'm always like, oh yeah, definitely.
I feel that. Or like sometimes when I watch performances and I'm like, oh, it can be so simple and still powerful. Because sometimes I think for myself, I don't know about you, but when I like think about wanting to choreograph something and I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe this is the Pisces thing. Like there's so much and I have to get it all and I have to make sure all these things are doing this. And you're like, you watch a performance and they just stand on stage and move their arm for like a solid 30 seconds and you're like crying in the audience.
Exactly. And I think especially because now a lot of the performances have been virtual or through film, now I'm like, oh my god, I want to create a video.
Literally, me too.
The camera's just like slow pan.
Yeah, or it just shows your little slug fingers, and you're just. I'm never gonna let that die.
I don't know. I remember this forever.
Honestly, we should just make a concept video with slug fingers now.
Right. I feel like if you ever did the like still of this episode, it's like us like this, and we just have slugs. It's like,
and I need to like Photoshop some slugs on her.
yeah. But it's been, or that's always like the huge lesson for me of like what I can take away from a performance or a class, and like watching a performance and then saying, wow, I need to train in this style to be able to do that is also a huge thing. But
yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, do you have anything you would like to plug? We have your Instagram down at the bottom. I'm glad that it showed up. I wasn't sure what was going to happen today.
And I was like, ooh, look at it. Yes. Also, like and subscribe Haley's channel. People,
thank you.
I think, there's a couple performances or live stream event coming up with Pam Tanowitz, October 27th, I believe, to the 30th.
Ooh.
I'll leave that in a comment somewhere.
Yeah, I'll definitely add that.
Mm-hmm. And then vote. Everyone vote.
Yes, vote, please. Early voting is starting in New York. I think it's this weekend, I think, or some people have already done it. I'm going this weekend. Right. I'm very excited.
I think people have already done it. I can't vote because I'm Canadian, but I am so frustrated that there's not a loophole where I have any say for those things. The best I can do is obviously write to officials and be like, change this policy. But so for all the American friends out there, please, please vote. You have an impact in your decisions. And
please. It's literally so important. Please.
Please.
My brain is melting because of this country.
We can't go through another 4 years of this, people.
Seriously, I don't even try to pretend hello, I don't like Trump. If you like him, sorry, this show is not for you.
Yeah, I'm you can unsubscribe though.
Yeah. If you can leave, that's fine.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously. So I will definitely add all of that to the show notes, and your website is super cute, so I'm going to add that in too because I love it. Yeah. And just definitely follow Christine, check out everything that she's up to. She's an awesome person, and she stays lit, so.
Thanks so much again, Haley, for having me.
Yeah, of course. And then everyone else, make sure you subscribe. And also you can find me at Essentially Haley or Haley Grove on Instagram. And then the podcast version of this show comes out every Friday with a mini episode on Sunday. And I've been going through The Artist Way. I'm on week 3 right now. So every Sunday I kind of share my thoughts about how the week went, and it's been really cool. Morning pages, artist dates, lots of homework that I leave to the last minute, but it's been great. So check that out. And also join the Facebook group. If you try embroidering anything, tag us, let us see.
I want to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna, so beautiful. I'm gonna share a picture of your embroidery because it's so cute.
I'm obsessed.
Is that a bag? You embroidered on a bag? That is so cute. I love that. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So good. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you soon.